I spent 42 hours 100%ing Dead Island 2 with a friend, and at just $7, could this be one of the best value for money co-op completion games you can buy? That is if you can get through the bugs. But is it worth 100%ing in 2026? I have a problem. I have a growing list of games in my Steam account that are being added to my 100% completion folder. Today I'm going to walk you through my thoughts on the newest edition. I picked up Dead Island 2 Definitive Edition for $7, which looks like a somewhat regular discount the game goes to. I played this entire game with my duo and we were able to 100% this game in 42 hours. Here's what makes it worth it and what almost ruined this experience for both of us. Here's my list of best achievements. I've got Shoulda Stayed Dead. Now, I know that I generally hate New Game Plus achievements, but I actually thought that they were really good in this game, and doing the New Game Plus and having these additional enemies did make the game more enjoyable. It's a shame that you don't see these enemies until New Game Plus, as I'm sure that a lot of people who play Dead Island 2 would have never interacted with them. They're effectively just harder versions of other zombies you see throughout the game. You get this achievement for killing all 10 of the New Game Plus Revenant variations of these zombies. Law and Order. In the Host DLC, there's a segment where if you stray from the path onto the grass, it will just spawn endless zombies that attack you. I really enjoyed this as it kind of just let you fully unleash and just destroy hordes of zombies with all the different gear you've gathered up throughout the game. There's also random garden equipment laying around which you can use and which you need to use in order to get this achievement to pop for just killing different zombies with the garden equipment. Now, the worst achievements. And so these are for varying reasons. So I've got Pork Chopped. This gets my vote for the single worst achievement in the game. But not because of what the achievement is, but because of how bugged it is. For some reason, if you play through the whole DLC in one go, the game gets overwhelmed and just forgets to pop this achievement for you. Because of this, me and my duo ended up having to do this boss a total of 6 times, with us in the end discovering that in order to get the achievement, you need to get all the way up to the boss, and then you need to go into offline mode so that you're not connected to the Epic Online servers. Then in single player mode, you need to log back in, run back to Beverly Hills, and have a little chat with Emma, and then you can go back to the DLC, kill the boss, and then the achievement pops. This took what was a fun and entertaining boss when we first met him to easily being the most hated portion of this 100% for this game. The next two are kind of combined. You've got Soul Survivor and Sharpest Tool. I put these together just because they're kind of the same thing. They're for completing Lost and Found quests. These two achievements I found a little annoying, as throughout the whole game you have a quest marker for all the main game quests and the side quests. But for some reason for these, you're now needed to go into your quest log, open up your journal, which we never knew existed until we needed it for these quests. We then had to read the message in the journal and lightly decipher where to go next based on the usually some highlighted words or picture that was there. I just feel like it ruined the motion of the game. Maybe in single player this would have been better, but in co-op when you open your quest log the zombies can still hit you, which makes this more of a please protect me while I'm reading rather than pausing the game, checking the clues, and then going where you find based on these clues that you've been given, and it kind of just made it a bit of a pain. Bugs. I've already mentioned the worst bug being Pork Chopped, but honestly both the DLCs were riddled with bugs. The Sola DLC had a couple of missions that wouldn't let us progress until we relogged. Festival Cleanup Simulator popped for me on my 3rd attempt, and my duo had to go back to his own game, and then it popped for him once he then exited the game and logged back in. The Rip and Tear achievement was frustrating, as we both had been using these weapons for at least 2 hours trying to get this to pop. It was only after we both took a break from the game and then came back that the achievement popped for us both on our very first kill back with these weapons. Final verdict. Bear in mind, I did this entire game with a duo, but I would say that for $7 and how fun and engaging the gameplay was and how quick the 100% is, I would recommend this game for you to 100%, whether you're playing solo or with a duo. I do think that if you're playing solo, bosses may give you a harder time, as generally we would have one of us on boss duty and the other one would be cleaning up the regular zombies. I would fully advise you wait for a sale though, as I'm not sure that I could justify paying $70 for this. Here are my final scores. Difficulty, 4 out of 10. This is just because the game doesn't really offer you much difficulty, especially going through in co-op. A lot of the game is kind of just make your way through the campaign, killing zombies on your way, of which you can run through most of them if you didn't want to fight all of them. But there's a couple of bosses that I guess were a little more difficult, but nothing that is like crazy hard. Things that like if you don't get it on your first time, you'll get it on your second or third, and nothing that's really gonna stop and halt you. For grind, I put 3 out of 10. And the reason for the 3 out of 10 is just because there are a few achievements where it's like complete all the combat challenges, complete all the survivor challenges, and so it's a small bit of a grind, just because you do have to go through and be checking these different things, and you have to check through these challenges which aren't stored on Steam, and they're just like in game, so you do have to check those. And some of them are a little bit of a grind where it's like kill 100 zombies with this specific weapon type, or kill 100 zombies with this specific damage like electricity or fire. And then for fun, I've put 9 out of 10, and this is just because this game really is just kind of chaotic fun. Like it really is just a chaotic zombie mashup game with some story supposedly in the background, and like it really was a lot of fun just being able to use this huge variety of different weapons and just kind of mash up zombies in whichever way you wanted to. And it was also fun to see the difference that me and my duo both had in the weapons that we both enjoyed using. Like I very much enjoyed my electric spear and my big like almost like thunder hammer, and then my duo liked to use his like grind saw, and then he also liked to use the different guns as well that were available. So that's it. That's my review of Dead Island 2. There will be more reviews to come, some of which are games that I've 100%ed in the past that I want to do a quick review of, and some of which are going to be games that I am doing in the future. So like and subscribe if you are interested in seeing game reviews from the perspective of 100%ing the games. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye-bye.